Hi guys, it's Lulu from Boho Locs here, and I want to take you through this in-depth tutorial on our boho human hair mermaid locks. And I want to say thank you so much for your purchase, and let's get it going. So firstly, you will have received 60 locks along with 2 or 3 packs of our human seamless hair. The hair will vary in length, it will vary in curl. We just match it to the locks and we send them out for each individual, so no 2 sets are the same. I wore 26 inches and I wore some long wavy strands which are around about 18 to 20, and then the other pack I used was around about 14. So I only used 2 packs, and I do recommend 2 packs. However, if you want more curls, then obviously you've gone for 3. The same tutorial steps apply. So firstly, what you're going to need, you'll need a comb. You'll need something to separate the hair. I use butterfly clips. You'll need a crochet needle, some scissors, some gel, and some foam. And if you have a rack to put hair on, it makes life so much easier. But the first thing that we're going to do is we are going to plan for 60 locks. So on my head, that roughly means if I make them about an centimetre to 2 in size, that's good. I typically make them about 1.5 centimetres, and I do very randomised partings. If you're doing it on somebody else, you can do brickwork, you can do shells, you can do a pattern that really works for you. Also, I can't see what I'm doing, and also I do like the randomised look, so I'm just going to go ahead and do it like that. So the first thing we need to do is get the lock onto your hair in an individual way. So you're going to start by doing a braid. I'm using Marley hair because my hair is cut into a short relaxed style. I'm going to braid that in, and about an inch down on one of the strands I'm going to crochet on one of the locks, and I'm going to continue the braid. Okay, let's see that again. We're going to start a braid, we're going to get down about 1 inch, we're going to crochet the hair on, and we're going to continue the braid. Something to note with this is that you don't want the braid to be super tight. The reason for that is we are going to put Marley hair at the base there. So we need a little bit of wiggle room. We need to be able to get our crochet hook underneath. We need to be able to get the Marley hair underneath, and we don't want to cause lots of discomfort. So definitely not too tight. So you're going to complete that around your whole head. I actually ended up putting in about 54 locks. You will have 60, so you can add those extras. I just didn't feel that I needed them. So once you have got all your locks in, you're going to look something like this. So you're going to look a little bit crazy. You're going to have locks, and then you're going to have braids sticking out everywhere. So the next stage of what we need to do is we need to hide the braid. So to do that, what we're going to do is we're going to take each lock individually, and we're going to wrap that braid in the upward part of the braid, if that makes sense. So where the scalp and the crochet lock meet, there should be about 1 inch. In that space there, we're going to wrap this braid into. The reason why we wrap it there is because it will help the density stay the same from the root to the middle of the lock, which is what we want. So after we've done that, we can then go ahead and put the Marley hair in and wrap the lock. I would say that I do this one at a time. I don't go through and sort of wind on all of the braids and then go through and wrap them all. I do them, wind them on and wrap straight after on each individual lock. So to do the wrapping, what we do is we get our crochet hook, we take some Marley hair, quite a thin piece, I would say that's about 0.5 centimeters across, nothing too thick. We're going to put it under the lock, we're going to hold it down with one thumb, and with the other hand we're going to wrap it around. We're going to do about 5 to 10 rotations, and then we're going to push the hair up, do another 5 to 10 rotations pushing the hair up, and basically we're aiming to go about 1 inch past where the crochet lock has originally joined. To seal it off at the end, what we're going to do is we're going to do a series of knots. I normally do about 3. So we're going to take the thin piece of hair that's left, do 1 knot, wrap it, do another, a little bit more, wrap it and do another lock. And then we're going to palm roll it, and that is completely secure. Another way of doing this is by using super glue. So similarly, when you get to the same point, you'll have a strand sticking out. You're going to get a little bit of super glue. You're going to roll that onto the lock and palm roll it. And similarly, it's secure. It's a nice result. It looks good. So there we have the locks completed. So this is a cool look in and of itself. So you could even rock this before you rock the mermaid hair for a period of time, or you could go straight to mermaid, which is what we're going to do here. Now for the mermaid hair, what I typically like to do is take out the seamless hair and just put it on my rack so the strands are easy to access. If you don't have a rack, then putting them on the arm of the chair, a back of a chair, or just laying them on a towel on your bed, wherever, it's really good to have it all organized before you start going ahead. So to get the mermaid look, we are going to add 1 to 2 strands of this hair on every lock. And you will have hair left over. I did, using my method, I did have hair left over, but I did end up just putting it all in. So some strands have 3, so some locks have 3 strands of hair. So what we're going to do is we're going to take one lock at a time. We're going to get a crochet needle, and for the first piece and at the back, for the back third of the head, we're only aiming to get the wavy hair into the ends. So you're just going to gauge it by eye, and you're going to put the crochet hook in a place where the human hair will fall just slightly longer than the locks. So I'm going to go ahead and do that here, and then you're going to go ahead and secure that in a crochet method. So for the back third of the head, we're just going to do the ends. When it gets to the middle third, we're going to do 2 strands on each lock. So that means we're going to do 1 to cover the ends of the lock as before, and we're going to do another one to cover the mids of the locks. So we're going to take it up another 4 to 5 inches and do another strand there. When we get to the very top of the hair, that's where we can do 2 or maybe 3 strands, depending on how many we have left. And we're going to try and do 1 strand near the root and 1 strand in the mids to cover the ends. When you get to the very front hairline, you're going to do them directly under the crochet lock, directly in the roots. And I did those on the front hairline and the parting. So I did about maybe 10 like that. So, but you can really distribute it how you want. This is just how I did it and a recommendation. But I love to see how people get really creative with boho locks and create their own things. But these are my ideas and how I achieved my look. And I hope it's really helpful for you. But you're going to go ahead and put all the curls in, and you're done. You're ready to slay. You might want to go ahead and do your edges at this point, and you're really done. You might have some strands that are like a little bit longer, so you just want to trim those off. You don't want to cut anything massively, just lightly shaping any long bits, and you're good. You are good to go. In consequent videos, I'm going to show you how to maintain the hair, take care of the hair, and remove the hair. So do stay tuned. If you have any questions, do email us at info@boholocs.com. Details on the screen. Again, thank you for joining the Human Mermaid Club, and we can't wait to see your looks.